Can you see the list
Okay,
of the
sir.
chapters? Is it visible to you?
Yes, sir.
You will
Yes,
get
sir.
the link for the all chapter. Got it? Okay.
Okay, sir.
They will
Okay,
share
sir.
with you again. Okay.
Okay,
So,
sir. Thank you
sure.
so much, sir.
Yeah, welcome. Sure. Please share. Yeah, sure. Pia, he have look. The same link is he has shared with me on the chat box. The same link he has shared with you, and whenever you will open, you will get like this way. Under the NEET, right? This is the current project which is going on, right? We share the same content with those students, right? And the chapters are there: mineral nutrition, photosynthesis, respiration, plant growth. Everything is over there. Look, everything in. Whenever you open any, whenever like this is the cell structure, type of the cell, everything is there, right? Okay,
Yes,
Fia.
sir.
He has
Yes, sir.
shared with you right now. He has shared with me and as well
Yeah,
as
I
you.
got it, sir.
Okay, okay. So after the class, open it, right? Go through with it, and everything. Everything I am updating, right? Whenever we open any class or open the PPT, we update it. Fine. So this is the updated version, and from the same thing, from the same part, I am teaching you, right?
Okay, sir. So whatever
So
you will write, you will update after also it will be updated in that?
yeah, definitely. This is look. This notebook is in front of me. And the same thing is saved in that server, right? Whatever I will
Okay,
write
sir.
today, that will be saved immediately in that server, right? And
Okay, sir.
they can see it. That's how they see that what I have taught, right? I make different folder for that. Lots of the things are whatever I write right now. That will be there. So we were in the where?
Sir, this is for 11th, 12th, everything all together.
No, no. This is for the yes, 11th thing, and if some chapters must not be there because this is the next part. Next folder is plant and human physiology. I'll ask him. He will share with you this one as well. Fine. Today,
Okay, sir.
what
Thank
I
you
am
so much,
teaching.
sir.
So today, what I am teaching, this is there. Some chapter will be there, right? Plant and human physiology. But this is also a separate folder, right? This is second folder. So he will share with you this plant and human physiology part as well. I'm texting him right now. Okay.
Okay, sir. Thank you so much.
Welcome. Okay, so this is the human physiology part. So we were here. Everything is written over there. Look, whatever I ask you, everything is written over here. What you need to
Yes, sir.
understand, you need to understand, and always keep a notebook with you and write it down some point when I say, right? There are some point which you think that this is important for you, jot down, right? Okay. So from where you will get the question, right? As usual, whatever the star is there, that is the question, right? And it have been already asked. Look, the question have been asked from Pova centriolis and yellow spot. This is the uh, this is the question which have been asked uncounted time. Right? Okay, Aisha. Fine. So this is the part, right? This is the part from where the maximum time question have been asked. I cannot tell you how many times, uncounted time, right? Means maybe 7, 8, or 10 times. So fovea centralis or yellow spot, right? And the question have been asked twice or thrice from the canal of the scum. The question have been asked from blind spot, right? So these are the part from where the rest of the question will, yes, multiple time question came from this rhodopsin part and cone and rod part, right? Let me start with that. Means the question basically from the only from the structural part, right? Not the functional. So this is the structure of eye. Basically, the structure of eye is made up of three layers: outer coat, middle vascular coat, and inner nervous coat. When we say outer coat, one question that outer coats do not have blood supply, right? The outer coat of the eye is do not have blood supply. That's why this outer coat, right? This that's why this was the organ which operated first, right? Out of all organ, this is the organ which have been transplanted first, right? Eye is the was the first transplant. Okay, so outer coat is made up of sclera and cornea. What is the sclera and cornea? This is the this outer part which is visible, we call it cornea, right? This is called cornea, and behind the cornea, this part, this white color structure is called sclera, right? This is the same layer, but when this layer comes in front of the eye, it becomes transparent, we call it cornea. And then it run across the eye, this is called sclera. Then come to the middle vascular coat. Middle vascular coat means it do have the blood supply. It is choroid, ciliary body, and iris. Right? You can see this red color structure is called layer is called choroid. When we come in the front part, this is the ciliary body, which with the help of this body, the lens remains suspended. Right? And then this is the iris. This front part is called iris. So this front part iris, this ciliary body, with the help of the ciliary body, there is a lens which remains suspended, and this the part behind that is called choroid, right? Then inner part is called the innermost part, that is called retina. This inner part is called retina. You know all that what is the retina? The image formation takes place in retina. In retina itself, there is a particular pit-like structure. This pit-like structure. This particular pit-like. This pit-like structure is called macula, right? Macula, or we call it yellow spot, right? In macula or yellow spot, there is a special point, right? Means this complete pit is called, remember, this complete pit is called macula or yellow spot. Inside the macula, there is a point called fovea centralis. The most clear vision is, or most clear picture is made at this point. Note it down. Macula have fovea centralis or yellow spot. Macula have fovea centralis or yellow spot, where the most clear picture, the most clear picture is made. It have cone cells only, right? Okay, so it have only cone cells. Fine. Then what happened? This front part, there is a chamber. This iris and lens. They divide eye into two chambers. This front chamber and the chamber behind it. Right. The front chamber is called aqueous humor. Right. It is filled with a fluid called aqueous humor. Right. Then aqueous humor is secreted by this cornea part. Right. Cornea part secrete aqueous humor, and the fluid which is filled behind the lens, This is called vitreous humors. You have to remember both of the liquid name. The liquid name have been asked: aqueous humor and vitreous humors. Now you can see at the top of this cornea and at the bottom of cornea, there are two pore-like structure. They are called canal of Scham. What is their functionality? They keep on changing the aqueous humor part, right? This aqueous humor part is poured out into blood from here. Means every time the new aqueous humor is coming and the older one goes through here and it is secreted to blood and then excreted out. So the function of canal of Scham is the removal of aqueous humor. So aqueous humor every time changes, but vitreous humor never changes. Once it is filled, it remains filled forever. Is that clear? Clear to both of you? Fia? Now, there is a
Yes,
layer,
sir.
sclera. This is very important question. Even this question, I mean, sclera. Sclera is made up of white collagen fiber. Collagen is a type of white protein, right? Animal tissue part we have discussed already. This is made up of white collagen protein, right? Cornea make 1/6 part of eyeball. They all are the question of NEET. Avascular, I already told you that this top part, this is top part, outer fibrous coat means the sclera and cornea is avascular, means it do not have blood supply, right? And this is the one of the first organ transplanted. That's why. Now come to the uh, retina part. Retina is made up of two kind of the cell. It's very important part. You need to focus over here. I want your focus and I want you to note it down right now. Retina is made up of two kind of the cell, rod and cones. Look, rod cells, they provide us vision at night. Owl and night, those nocturnal animals which come out of the hole at night, come out of for hunting and for feeding at the night time. So they have a special type of cells. They are called rod cells, and they have the maximum amount of the rod cell in their eyes. They provide them strength or to see in the night time or in the darker time, right? That's why they are the nocturnal. Owl can see in the night because it have the rod cells only. Cone cells are very less. That's why they cannot see at the daytime. But
Sir, we
there are
also have rod cells, right?
exactly, we have the rod cells, but the number of the rod cells are less in comparison to cone cells. That's why we can see clearly, more clearly at the daytime, not night,
Sir,
right?
for the people of night blindness, how much will be the rod cell?
Yes, that get damaged. They have the rod cells. Rod cell, they have the rod cell. Number of rod cells do not reduces. Means cell do not die, but the cell become weak. Got it?
Okay,
And
sir.
why? Because of the vitamin A. Vitamin A, the rod cells have a particular chemical called rhodopsin. Rhodopsin chemical decreases because the formation of rhodopsin chemical take place from the vitamin A. Got it?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And another kind of the cell, they are the cone cells, right? Cone cells provide us strength to see. As you can see here, the number of the rod and cone cells are written over here, right? So look, the rhodopsin rod cells, they provide us vision in the night, and cone cells, they provide vision in the daytime, and they are also helpful for the color detection. We can see the color with the help of these rod cells, right? Sorry, cone cells. So cone cells provide us. So uh, tell me, uh, tell me the name of some animals which cannot see the color, or every animal can see the color. Any idea? Who can't see the color? The word is black and white for them. The number of them. For your information, chimpanzee means apes, monkeys, and humans can see the color. The rest of the most of animals, they are colorblind. You must have seen that bull get aggressive when it see the colors. It is all stupid. Bull cannot see any color. They are colorblind. The word is black and white for them. They are trained like that way, right? They cannot see red color and all that. Birds cannot see the color. Some butterflies, some birds can detect the colors, but most of the
So
birds.
dolphins also cannot see.
Dolphins are basically mammals, so they have the capability of like mammals, right? But yeah, most of them are colorblind. Like dogs are colorblind. Even dog cannot see the color, right? So the most of animals are colorblind. Humans, apes, and monkeys, they are for sure they can detect the colors, right? Okay. So here you can see the red. Now come to the chemical. Rod cells have focus over here. I want here to be focused because the mainly the question I've been asked from here. The rod cells have a particular kind of the chemical called rhodopsin, right? Rhodopsin is made up of two things: opsin and retinine. What is the retinine? Retinine is vitamin A, right? Whenever whenever at the night time we see something, rhodopsin break down into opsin and retinine. When rhodopsin break down as a chemical, when it break down into two different compound, this is a chemical impulse. This chemical impulse changes into neural impulse, and then this neural impulse goes to our brain, right? And that's how we can see in the image formation takes place at the night time in our brain. The same thing happened with the cone cells. Cone cells, basically, there are only three color in the world. Other than three color, there are no other color. Only three primary color are there: red, green, and the blue. Red color is detected by pyropsin, green color by iodopsin, and blue color by syropsin. So there are three chemical compound, three dye or three chemical compound which are found in our cone cells: pyropsin, iodopsin, thyropsin, right? And rhodopsin for the rod cells. Please note it down right now. It's very important. Let me know when you note it down. Done?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Look, this is not very important for sake of your medical examination, but still I'll explain for you. Light goes inside the pupil. Pupil is a uh, pupil is a small pore-like structure. Look here. This pore-like structure from where the light can enter to the lens. This is called pupil. So light enters through the pupil. Light fall on the cornea, right? When fall on the cornea, we know the cornea is made of, retina. From the cornea, it reaches to the retina. So when fall in the retina, we know the retina is made up of rod and cone cells. When it reaches to the retina, what happened? These chemicals break down, right? So this is the chemical signal. Look, these are called ganglion cell. What is the ganglia? Ganglia is made up of this kind of structure. They are the ganglia is the junction of neurons, multiple junction of neurons, right? So look, this is the ganglia. So for what happened? First chemical breakdown. So chemical signal is produces over here. This chemical signal is converted. There are bipolar cells, right? These are also type of neuron, right? Bipolar cell. So what happened from ganglia? This signal receive the bipolar cell, receive the signal, right? And here there are the rod and cone cells, right? So in rod and cone cells, when light reaches to rod and cone cells, rod and cone cells, suppose that light reaches to the rod cells. Rod cell, when light will reach, rhodopsin will break down into opsin and retinine, right? Due to this chemical breakdown, a signal will be generated. Then from these cells, they are called photoreceptor, rod and cone cells. From rod and cone cells, so rod and cone cells will generate what? Chemical signal. This chemical signal will be converted into electrical signal or neural signal with the help of bipolar cell. From bipolar cell, these signals are received by ganglion. From ganglion, these signals are received by optic nerve, and optic nerve take this signal to the brain, right? When this signal reaches to the brain, right, in forebrain, and when this signal reaches to the forebrain, formation of image takes place. That's how the formation of image takes place in our brain. Got it?
Yes, sir.
So what you have to remember, only this thing, rod and cone, the chemical name. The chemical name is very, very, very important. They have been asked, right? So is there any question in this I part? Tell me if you have. Ask me if you have any doubt. Then we will go ahead.
No doubt, sir, till here.
Human ear structure. Okay, try to understand. So human ear is made up of three parts: external ear, middle ear, and internal. Look, the external ear, this the structure which is visible to us, this is the external ear. This is not basically ear. To call it ear, this is wrong, right? Basically, we call it pinna, right? This part is called pinna, right? And this is a part of external ear, right? And this is outer ear. This is called pin. This part is called pinna, skin part. Then from here onward, the middle ear starts, right? In middle ear part, you can see this part is there. This is made up of elastic cartilage, and this is ear canal. This ear canal means this pipeline is called ear canal. This ear canal is called auditory meatus, right? So ear canal or ear pipe is called auditory meatus, right? In auditory meatus, there are wax glands. These wax glands secrete cerumen. This cerumen is a wax kind of substance. Its function is to protect ear from the attack of virus, bacteria, or some external pathogen. It trap them and it kill them. Right. That's how it help our ear to get it protected. Now, from here onward, the middle from this was the external part. Now the here onward, the middle ear start. From where? The matus part. Right. So in matus part, at the end of this canal, there is a curtain-like structure, which we call curtain. Right. This ear curtain is basically called tympanum membrane. Right. Eardrum. So this is called eardrum or tympanum. This is a membrane-like structure. So whenever a sound come, it collide with this membrane, and this membrane start vibration. Right. This membrane converts sound signal into mechanical vibration or in wave form. Now inside the middle ear, there in middle ear there are this middle ear is made up of three bones: malleus, incus, and stapes. Right? Malleus, incus, and stapes. These are three bone in contact. I will explain it in detail. Look, come to here. I have enlarged over here. This is eardrum or tympanum. Vibration here from here come to the hammer-like structure. This is called malleus. Then from malleus it reaches to the vibration reaches to the where incus, right? Then this third bone is called stapes. The stapes is the smallest bone of the body. Clear middle ear?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Then extra sound or extra vibration.
Sir, middle ear is the first thing which comes in contact, right, with the signal.
Right. Middle ear, the first thing
Okay,
which
sir.
comes in contact with the signal, right? So sound collide over here, right, in the tympanum membrane, and they convert into vibration, convert sound signal into vibration. Okay. One more thing, here the air is filled, right? This pipeline is called Eustachian tube. This Eustachian tube come to the mouth, right? it remains connected. What is the function? Basically, it maintain the pressure. Air come from here, air also come from here, and it maintain the pressure. That is the function of extra vibration or extra sound is removed through the mouth part, right? Then from here, this stapes touches to the internal brain, internal ear. Internal ear is a made up of a structure. This is called cochlea, right? Cochlea. Fine. Now, what is the cochlea? Cochlea is this kind of a structure. This kind of. This is cochlea. It passes vibration to the cochlea. This cochlea, this structure basically remains float. This structure float inside a liquid or inside a fluid, right? Inside this cochlea, there are some semicircular canals, lateral, posterior, and superior. They are semicircular canals, right? And the posterior part is called cochlea. Inside the cochlea, there are some small hair. Try to understand. Inside the cochlea, there are some small sensory hair. They are called organ of Carti, right? They convert vibration into what? Neural signal, right? Organ of Carti or small hair-like structure, they convert signal into what? They convert signal into neural signal. Then neurons take this signal to the brain, and then that's how we listen, right? The fluid which is filled in internal ear, that is called perilymph, right? Perilymph is a type of cerebrospinal fluid. Got it? External ear have pinna, auditory matrix, and tympanic membrane, right? Tympanic membrane comes in the external ear, and wax gland. Middle ear, uh, again, tympanic cavity means the inner part of membrane, this green part. Tympanic cavity, and ear ossicles means these three bones, right? Then internal ear have perilymph, cerebrospinal fluid, and this membrane of Leibniz means this is structure. This is the structure of ear. Go through with it and tell me if you have any doubt. Yeah, going through it. Asha, you can text me if you have any doubt, any question. Okay. Pia, what's about you?
Yes, sir, no doubt.
Okay. So what you need to remember, tympanum membrane, what is the function? These bones, remember these bones, right? This organ of Curti, I have written over here. You need to membrane that, remember that. There is a diagram which will explain you the mechanism of listening, right? Mechanism of listening. This is the best explanation. I have made diagram by myself to understand easily. If you want, you can copy it, right? Or you can take the screenshot, whatever you want. Look, sound wave come, they collide with tympanic membrane. Then it is converted, means these mechanical waves are converted in the form of vibrations, right? Uh, Malus transfer to the this incus, and incus transfer to the stipes. This STPs
So the
transfer
round part is middle ear.
this round part is that is tympanic cavity. Is it written over here? Tympanic cavity. This round part. Okay. Now
Yes, sir.
from here onward, internal ear start. Means that cochlear part. There is a membrane. It transfer vibration to fenestra ovalis. Right. Now vibration reach to the fenestra ovalis. There is a chamber. This chamber, those tubes. This chamber is called scala vestibuli. Right. Scala vestibuli. The sound reaches over here. In scala vestibuli, at the base of this one, there is a membrane called another membrane, resiner membrane. So first it was fenestra ovalis, then there is another membrane, resiner membrane. The vibration touches to the resiner membrane and extra vibration goes out, right? Now, when it provide the vibration to the resonance membrane, beneath the inside the resonance membrane, there are these hairs. What these hairs are called? What we call organ of Corti. I already told you. Organ of Corti receive these signals, and this signal goes to the nerve impulse to the brain. Right? That's how the functioning of listening, or this is the mechanism of listening. That's how we listen. You need to remember the membrane, resonor membrane have been asked. These organ of Corti have been asked. Name, malus, incus, and stipes, their sequence have been asked. So these are the question. Go through with it and tell me.
Yes, sir, no doubt.
Okay. So this was all about the neural system, right? And questions we already did, right? This is all about this chapter, right? Go through with this chapter, do some previous year question, right? At least if you don't have time, you can do the previous year question for let's last 5 year, last 10 year, uh, whatever you can done, you need to do, right? Whatever the time you get, right, as per your time, as per your convenience, do it, right? The next means the human physiology part. The last chapter is that is the chemical coordination. That's easy but important as well, right? Chemical coordination. So when we talk about the chemical coordination, means we are talking about the human hormones, the hormonal system. This is the last chapter of the human physiology. After this, we will finish the human physiology part. Right. So, glands. What are the holocrine gland? That question has been asked. Tell me. Holocrine and heterocrine gland. The question has been asked. Ovary is holocrine gland, heterocrine gland, whatever, and all that. Very simple. Try to understand. The glands are basically, we are studying the same thing since ninth class, ninth standard. So glands are basically of two types, exocrine gland and endocrine gland. Exocrine gland, basically, they are the gland with duct. I mean, duct means tube. Duct is a Latin word. When I say duct, duct means tube. So they are the gland with the duct, means gland with a tube. And their function is secretion of enzyme, right? For example, this is a liver, right? So liver have a tube or pipe. This is called bile duct, right? It secretes some enzyme. Okay, it secretes some enzyme, and it secretes the enzyme with the help of its pipe. It have a particular tube. It releases its enzyme with the help of tube. So that's why they are called gland with the duct, means a gland with a tube, and their basic function is secretion of enzyme. The second one is endocrine gland. Endocrine gland do not have any duct, any pipeline for secretion of their enzyme, right? They basically secrete hormone and secrete their product directly into the blood. They are secreted in very less amount, right? So they secrete their product into blood. Blood reaches everywhere. Whenever the hormone reaches to the target organ, there they start its function, right? Otherwise, they do not function. Okay, so they basically secrete hormone. Now, the endocrine gland are of two types: holocrine gland and heterocrine gland. Holocrine gland are those glands which secrete only hormones, like pituitary gland. So pituitary gland is the master gland. It is present in our brain part. We have already seen the location of pituitary gland in the last chapter, right? And their basic function is secretion of the hormone. Exclusively they secrete hormone. They do not do any other, right? The another glands are heterocrine. Heterocrine glands are those they secrete the hormone basically, right? So hormone secretion is done through the heterocrine gland, and they perform some other function as well. As what can be the other function? Other function can be secretion of enzyme, means it is secreting hormone as well as enzyme. Other function can be some other, like pancreas. Let's talk about the pancreas. Pancreas is a heterocrine gland. Why? Pancreas secrete hormone, that is insulin, glucagon, right, which is related with the blood balance. We'll study in detail next class. And then it also secrete pancreatic juice, which is the digestive enzyme. So pancreas is a heterocrine gland. Other than it have other function other than secreting the hormone. Another example is ovary. Ovary is also a heterocrine gland because it secretes hormone. Along with secretion of hormone, it releases egg as well, right? So ovary is also a heterocrine gland. Tell me, is it clear or not? So the question I have seen from heterocrine and holocrine, that is with the example. You have to remember which gland is heterocrine, means which perform only, which exclusively secrete the hormone, which also perform other function other than secretion of hormone. Yes. Is that clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay. They were discovered by hormones were discovered William M. Bailey and Ernest H. Starling. So this was a factual question. Types of endocrine gland. So today we will study till this point types of endocrine. So the numbering which I have done, they are important for you. Leave the rest one. First is hypothalamus gland. Hypothalamus gland is called thermostat because it regulates and controls the temperature of our body. Right? Secretion. Then the next one is that is thyroid gland. This is then after thyroid gland there are pituitary gland. Sorry, after hypothalamus there is second one is pituitary gland. Pituitary gland is found below the hypothalamus, right, and the lower part. So this is called master gland. Then there is a gland called pineal gland, right? Now try to understand correlation. Every gland of body, all glands of body are controlled by pituitary. That's why we call it master gland. But hypothalamus gland is called secretary of this master. Why? Pituitary direct every gland, but with the consent of or with the suggestion of hypothalamus. For example, pancreas have to get order. Means pituitary want to order pancreas, but how it will order pancreas to secrete the insulin, right? Hypothalamus take feedback from body. Suppose that in blood, the sugar level is rising. Try to understand. I want your 100% focus over here. This is called feedback mechanism, right? So what is the feedback mechanism? Suppose that hypothalamus got the information that sugar level in the blood is rising and it need to be controlled. Now hypothalamus will ask pituitary gland to order pancreas. So on the suggestion of hypothalamus, pituitary will order to the pancreas. Pancreas will release insulin and insulin will be released and sugar level will get down. After a optimum level, again hypothalamus will take feedback from the blood that yes, now the sugar is controlled. Hypothalamus will again suggest to the pituitary gland. Pituitary gland will again suggest the pancreas or order the pancreas to switch off the insulin secretion. So this switch on this insulin secretion, switch off the insulin secretion have been done. It have been done with the order of pituitary gland, but this this order have been made on the suggestion of hypothalamus, and hypothalamus have taken the feedback from the body. This complete process is called feedback mechanism. Tell me, is it clear? How does it function? Feedback mechanism clear? Got it? What is the feedback mechanism?
So can you repeat the feedback mechanism?
Yes, sure. Look, example in the form of example. Blood sugar. So blood sugar rises. Right? For example, blood sugar rises. This information will be taken by this feedback to a hypothalamus will take this. Now the hypothalamus will give this information to pituitary. Pituitary will give so feedback from blood. It got feedback. Then hypothalamus will suggest pituitary. Pituitary will give order. It will suggest and it will order to whom? It will order to pancreas. Right? And pancreas will start on insulin. Right? Again, the blood sugar is controlled. Feedback will goes to hypothalamus. Hypothalamus suggests to pituitary. Pituitary will order and it will switch off the. So this on-off process, this complete mechanism is called feedback. So hypothalamus work on the basis of means pituitary work on the basis of impairment.
Understood,
Clear?
sir.
Okay. So the next gland is like thyroid. You need to why I am explaining it, because you need to understand the location of gland as well, because they can ask you this is located to chest, neck, brain, which part. That is also I have seen that kind of the question as well. Then there is a thyroid gland which is present in our neck part, and within the thyroid gland there are parathyroid gland, right? Then thymus gland is present in the chest region. We will study that this is the gland. First, it increases in size, then it reduces in size, and then disappears at the old age. Adrenal gland, right? Then kidney. Kidney is also a gland. Adrenal gland is found at the top of the kidney. Then testes are there, right? Then pancreas is there, right? Ovary is there, ovary and placenta. Yes, ovary and placenta both are the gland, right? Uterus, no. So these are the 12 glands which we need in our system. Okay. So in the next class, we will start from this hypothalamus part and onward. And here you need to work harder in this chapter because it is a bit exhausting. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Tell me if you have any doubt, any question. And I want you to do the previous year question from the nervous system. That is important chapter. Okay. So we will start chemical coordination. Okay. Any doubt?